This is a podcast from soof.co.uk. Hello, I'm Patrick Downs. This is all about film, whether it be Blu-ray, DVD or streaming. This is Bring the Film. Gran Turismo is based on the unbelievable true story of a team of unlikely underdogs, a struggling working-class gamer, a failed former racecar driver, and an idealistic motorsport executive. Together, they risk it all to take on the most elite sport in the world. Starring David Harbour, Orlando Bloom, Archie Madekwe, Darren Barnet, and Geri Halliwell Horner. Film correspondent Anna Smith asked Archie Madekwe about what it was like hanging out with a real Jan Mardenborough and what he learned from him on the set.
Oh my god, just the most unbelievable and useful experience in making a film about somebody. He was just so generous with his time constantly. Just the best. When you're playing somebody, just the most unbelievable tool to have, because if there's any questions I had, we improvised a lot in this film. He was there and I didn't have to imagine anything. He had the answers for everything. But on top of that, he did all of my stunt driving. So any exterior shot you see in the film, incredibly, is Jan driving. So it was just the most unbelievable experience. I don't even know if that's ever been done before. No. And also for someone to give up so much of their time, I think he was as amazed that the film was being made as we were, and blessed to be in it. And so it was just such a lovely experience to be there with him.
Thank you. Orlando, are you a fan of racing and do you see the appeal?
Of course. I think one of the things that surprised me in the making of the movie is that, you know, there's obviously so much glamour behind. There's so much glamour in what you see of the racing world. And with Gran Turismo, we've got this huge title, right? But actually, what goes into it, the dedication, focus, and excellence for all of the team members, not just the drivers, but the teams that go into it. That's something that we explore in the movie that, you know, I mean, Darren Cox was the guy that came up with this idea to create the GT Academy and see if they could take a kid off a couch and throw him into a car and what would happen. And look what happened. Jan Mardenborough, you know, podiumed at Le Mans. So it's a very passionate movie. Mm-hmm. It's a very fast-paced, like, action movie, but at its core is a beautiful, heartfelt story in that, and a true story at that, which is, you know, what I think will hopefully keep people, you know, coming back for more.
Can you talk to me a bit about working with David Harbour?
Yeah, well, you worked a lot with David. David's fantastic. You know, he's a really dedicated actor. He's a huge presence, and he had a very strong vision for who the character was, and the relationship between him and Jan was something that was, like, very apparent. I was like this. We were kind of sparring as characters. You know, like, I had this vision, and he has this very kind of grounded idea of what's really possible, and I'm like the dreamer going, but anything's possible. But you had the real kind of back and forth.
Unbelievably generous with his time. It's so lovely to work with an actor that is so open and collaborative and generous, and we go back and forth, kind of playing with scenes, playing with ideas, dynamics, and, you know, some people turn up to set, have a locked idea of what they want to do, and that's what they do. And the beauty is there's no right or wrong answer here, but it was just so fun to have so many scenes that just felt so playful. Such a joy to work with them.
Yeah.
Orlando, can you talk to me about the attention to detail in this? Was it very impressive?
Unbelievable. I mean, so much so that I was not allowed to cross the line when it came to the track. So the crew and aside from the pit crew and the drivers, you don't go across this one white line in the pit. But which was really frustrating, is why I mention it.
But locked out of a lot of scenes.
But actually, it was fascinating, and I think that, you know, having Jan on set, we had so many experts on set who really knew the world and really kind of kept us on point with what it means to be in this game, to be playing, and to be not even just in the game of racing, but to be actually in the game of racing cars. That's something that, you know, our phenomenal director Neill just really executed with superb excellence. He saw and understands gritty reality and the importance of keeping things true to life, you know, especially when you've got a true story. So it was impressive, I would say, incredibly impressive. And when you go to the tracks like the Red Bull Ring or like the Hunger Ring or, like, you know, we were in Dubai. I mean, it's just the scope of these things, you know, is pretty impressive.
Archie, can I ask you about Geri Halliwell Horner playing your mum? How was that?
I mean, it was unbelievable, iconic. She was amazing. Again, just came with so much energy and love and enthusiasm, and she's just an unbelievably maternal person. And I remember her saying, I'm only here to support you. I'm here to lift you up and to support you. And that, I think, that's kind
Super
of
positive.
that's what mums do. That's what the loveliest mums do, and that's kind of what she did. It was just such a joy to be around.
Based on the true story of Jan Mardenborough, who comes from Cardiff. It's Gran Turismo, and it's out now. And with that, thanks for checking me out on the Bring the Film podcast today. I'm Patrick Downs, and you can keep in touch across Twitter at I'm Patrick Downs, also on Instagram or facebook.com/officialpoptart. And there's also the website soof.co.uk. This is a podcast from soof.co.uk.